Hey guys, my name is Simpsy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 here today on the channel. We're back on our Divide et Impera Athenian campaign. This is episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to be declaring war upon the Roman Republic, and we're going to be having the Siege of Rome. So, if you like the sound of that and want to support the series and the channel, the best thing you guys can do is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments feedback and suggestions for the series thus far, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. If you don't like Total War Rome 2 or me for whatever reason, feel free to leave a dislike. So, in episode 2 of our campaign, we rushed and smashed Sparta. From there, we springboarded to Larissa. In episode 2, we managed to have the siege of Apollonia and take our first piece of territory on the Italian peninsula. We've rallied up 3 full stacks under the Athenians, and we're going to be pushing against the Roman Empire here, or not Roman Empire, Roman Republic here today. And this is going to be some challenging opposition. We've been fighting, as much as I like my Greek brethren, we've been fighting farmers the last couple of episodes. We've been fighting weak Greek soy boys. We're going to be fighting massive Roman Latin chads now. One of the hardest factions we're going to be coming up against. So, for now, we've got most of Greece under our control. Diplomacy-wise, we do have a defensive alliance with Macedon, which I would like to go to military, but it doesn't look applicable. And I quite like this buffer zone because with Greek campaigns, I personally like to go east, west, or south. I don't like fighting up in the Balkans against barbarians. You get bogged down and they are just relentless. The attrition pushing up there. So we've kind of just like sat back and allowed our Macedonian allies to deal with them. They are fighting Dacos, Daco-Thracians, barbarians, a lot of them at the gates. At war-wise, we still are at war, yeah, with these Daco-Thracians. And unfortunately, they still don't want peace, which is a bit of a shame. Attitude-wise, Carthage loves us, Rhodes loves us, and so does Rome for now. But I can't seem to get any further diplomacy with any of these factions, which is a bit of a shame. And we've already maxed out our trade rights as well. So let's have a look at the Roman Republic. So they currently are at war with Massalia, the Veneti, and the Incerberus. So they are at war with the Cisalpine Gauls. So unfortunately for me, we can't actually... Do I have my spy? Can they actually find... No. I was going to say, what I would like to do, since we're already going to war deck the Romans, maybe we could join a war and get a nice cash grab. It's currently 50-50 in our balance of power, so we're going to have to straight up war deck the Romans. We will have a little hit in our treasury due to the trade being dissolved along with those tariffs, which is a bit of a shame, but so be it. War has been declared now. We currently have one general down here with the Harpies' Claw. This army is made up of Athenian hoplites along with some northern Greek levies and some northern Greek light hoplites. A lot of slingers here. We're going to send this army to Cassentia to take our first piece of Roman territory. So we're currently coming up against Gannicus Pullus, and we'll auto-resolve this one straight out. I don't know if that's a little bit deceiving. It says 56 to 51. I always like to go with a balanced stance, even though it does say 51%. We would have higher men if we were aggressive. I feel like in DI, it sometimes doesn't work like that. I feel like if you're aggressive, you do lose the more of it, like entirety of units. So it's a close victory. We did lose 1,600. The auto resolves are in DI if you don't have a sort of over-resounding result. We'll try and convert this to a farming settlement for now. Looking at Taurus, we have our fleet here, and we've actually managed to intercept the Roman fleet under Fulio. I think that's how you say his name, yeah. Alright, so we'll destroy the Roman fleet here now. Oh, it looks like it's going to go further north by the look of it. What's happened here? We have to keep an eye on Syracuse as well, because those Greeks did back Epirus. Epirus have been destroyed now. Now, we can go up there and give chase, but I'm going to allow my fleet to essentially be the garrison within Taurus. So, as we can see here, Legion 2 of the Romans with 16 units are just sitting there. Well, we're going to push into Beneventum now to take the entire region of Italia. So, with this secondary army, we've actually got some Spartan hoplites. Now, I was talking about puppeting the Spartans very early on and getting some of the heavier hoplites, but we're actually able, now that we have the region of Sparta, to bring in some ethnically Spartan hoplites, which is quite cool. We'll try and make them the helots as they were to them, you know what I mean? We'll make them be the brute fighters in our army. We've also got some other Northern Greek hoplites as well. So this army here, except for the generals who has a lot of Athenian hoplites, this is the main army now. I'll allow that army to go in and strike in Beneventum, and then I'll allow the faction leader of the Republic to start the siege of Rome. We're coming up against Gannicus Galbrio. Italian swordsmen, Italian town guard, and just some citizens and slingers there. So now we've taken Beneventum. I believe it was 14,000 Athenians we had at the start of this invasion, including my navy. So 6,000 Athenians have taken Beneventum. Bon appetito, motherfucker. So we'll try and turn and get that down as well. That means we can get some more forces. Cash-wise, we're doing tremendously well, just due to where we are. We're becoming a maritime kingdom, and especially since we're protecting our trade nodes, we've got a lot of trade going on. We're just making so much money. So, what I'm going to do now here in Taurus is get another general, even though we'll bring them in from one of our noble families, and we'll go with a cavalry unit there. So, let's continue on our recruitment blitz. As we are in the unique city of Taurus, we have, and because of DEI, we have, oh, that's really cool. We have access to a lot of Italian infantry. So, we've got Equites Companion Cavalry, Companion Hoplites, Lucanian Hoplites, Tarentine, Pullian, Brutian infantry. Wow, so we can actually allow some of the Italian sites, Sicilians. Wow, there's so many cool and unique wives here. I think getting some Equites in might just be the play, because having cavalry to flank the heavy infantry. The thing is, Rome is such a balanced faction. They have the best, arguably, swordsmen in the game. They have some of the best archers to accompany them, and then cavalry as well. Hoplites-wise, we're going to be able to, just looking at our army builds, just the way the Greeks are in this, we're going to be able to pin down the Romans. We can't actually hit Rome there, which is a shame. We can't quite get there. We're going to be able to pin them down, but keeping them in place will be difficult. So we want to try and get some of these guys in. Let's maybe get some infantry, Apulian infantry, maybe get some Brutus infantry as well. My governors are doing just fine as well, increasing our public order. We do have a small army here guarding Crete, and that's pretty much it. My north is secure. Not really too much is going on in Anatolia. Pergamon, Sardis, Rhodes still have a lot of territory. I think, yeah, Egypt managed to expand a little bit in there. Carthage hasn't further increased into Sicily. Does Sicily want trade at all? No, a lot of these factions just don't really like me towards the end. But that's alright. Right, let's now move to Rome. Now, you never know, we could very well get intercepted here, and this army could get attacked as well. So we'll try and push for Rome here. Now, Rome, the city that would be the master of the known world. Well, if we can take it early on, we can knock out the Romans, we're going to be in a massively strong position. Alrighty, let's chuck a quick save and end the turn. Oh, before I do that, we can put in a new edict. I think tax is probably our best bet. And, oh, a couple of my other armies further in the south have gone up in stats, along with this army here as well. I like the Strategos banner. Okay, so, once we defeat the Romans and bring the entirety of Italy under my control, let me know in the comments where I should go next. Should I break my alliance? Oh, what? Really? Untrustworthy. They would do that? The Carthaginians? Would deny us trade? That's so weird. Macedon wants us to join a war. We could betray them. I have been keeping an eye on Macedon because if they were battered, they were beaten, and there were barbarians at their gates, I couldn't allow Pella to fall into barbaric hands. So I have been looking at an opportunity to strike them. We could betray them once we have the entirety of Italy under our control. Maybe we need to start an invasion into Anatolia. Try and reclaim some of Alexander the Great's territories for the Greek world. I would kind of like to get Alexandria, though. Maybe we should push down there against the Egyptians at some point. I want to be the kings of the Mediterranean. I want to dominate the seas. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Development focus. As your power increases, so does the need to develop military capabilities. Oh, wow. Okay, so we can go with military development or civic. 25 for military, 20 for civic. I think I'm actually going down military stuff for now. Let's go with that. We started off going with... Oh, wow. Okay, we got a little bit of money there. From what I can remember tech-wise, yeah, we're actually going down the military. We started off getting those public order buffs and smaller legislation buffs, but we need to start going to military because that's where we're going headstrong. My economy, we've done the hard work with our economy, so we're laughing now. Okay, well, I need to see where these Roman armies lie. Okay, so it looks like Legion 2 has abandoned the East Coast, and Lego 5 is now pushed up there. Has the sway of power now changed? And Carthage, do you want trade again, you buggers? No, they don't. What the hell? So weird. Oh well, we're going to be able to besiege Rome itself, and we can attack it within one turn. So we're going to continue the siege there for now. I'm surprised they didn't double back, to be honest. We're going to move this secondary army up, I believe, for reinforcements. And for my own curiosity, does that change things much? Yeah, that puts us massively in our favour, that. Okay, let's now move this army north. And this army that's getting their small recruitment, they can go down to Cassentia to defend it. I don't think there's going to be attack, but you never know. My fleet's in place, so that's easy enough to defend. And we'll bring in some of these swordsmen that I was looking to get before. So it's allowed to get... How many more of them? No, that's 2. That's just fine. Okay, Greece seems to be holding here for now. I need to redeploy my governors, which is annoying. But the Macedonians are still battling it out. They still want us to join that fight. But it looks like we're going to have the siege of Rome here today. Now, what is actually here? 2 ladders. We can bring in our own battering rams within a turn. Should I give the AI time to react and counter? And bring in a battering ram just to make the siege a bit easier on myself. I don't know what I'm best to do. We'll try and do some diplomacy and I'll think about it. Yeah, they still don't... Just looking here, right? No one wants to trade with me. It's because I'm just untrustworthy. Is that what it is? I think it is probably it. Probably. Ah. Look, you know what? Let's play this smart and sensible. Let's not wait for the unpredictable and allow like 2 full stacks to go down there that we might not be able to beat. So let's fight the Siege of Rome. Let's have the Siege of Rome here today against Quintus. 3 units of Italian swordsmen, 7 units of Italian town guard. So we only have 2 ladders, 1 light battering ram. Let's fight this one on the field of battle. So we have 5,957 against, wow, numerically 3,700. That's quite a lot than what I expected. But they will have a lot of arrow towers supporting them. But we have the Battle of Rome, 270 BC. The Athenians are at the gates. Okay, guys, welcome to the battlefield. It is currently a rainy, wet day in Rome. We want a nice dry one if we can. Hey, there we go. Let's start the deployment. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Ah, the city looks much larger and different since I've recently played A Siege of Rome on the Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD mod. I think, like, aesthetically I like the other one, but Oh, wow, this is huge. Huh. It's actually quite different as well. Oh, well, no matter. Our reinforcements are coming from the south there. Alrighty, well, let's try and divvy things up where we can. So, we've only got 2 pieces of siege equipment because the ram was never constructed, which is fine. It would have been one more turn for us to get that. So, 1, 2, 3, the main ones there. Pushing that way probably isn't a bad idea. And we obviously don't want the general to go for it. So let's break up into some squadrons, eh? Let's go 4 for this way. And then 4 for that away. Now, unfortunately, because we don't have any... We've only really got slingers there, so they can go there. Unfortunately, because we don't have any axemen, we're probably not going to be able to break down the gateway on this far side. Yeah, there is a gateway there. Because I could bring a siege ladder down there. Because I've only got 2, that's the problem. And these guys can just sit in reserve for support. Look, we might have to be a little bit expendable with one of our units and allow them to soak up the pressure of an arrow tower. So here we go, we have the Athenian hoplites slowly but surely making their way up. 4 banks ready to push with the first tower, skirmishers when they get in range, and then another 4 pushing on this side. Now, in a siege, you want heavy hand-to-hand combat. Now, in Divide et Impera, we are fighting with a lot of pikes, so we really don't have that advantage. We've got some light melee there. Ah. Yeah, because Rome 2, because they have to burn it down. Is that what it is? I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've done a siege on this proportion. So we'll go something like that, right? And we'll try and burn that down. That's actually more infantry, isn't it? There's a hell of a lot of infantry on this far side. Move them up if you can. We'll try and burn that down. But the Athenian reinforcements are now coming in. So in DEI, you really don't want to fight the sieges if you can. Especially these big, long, protracted ones. You're actually safer to farly auto-resolve it. But it's the Siege of Rome. We want to try and roleplay where we can. But this army I've built is for field battles, pretty much. These hoplites fighting in hand-to-hand combat within a city. I'm not going to lie, they are going to struggle somewhat. So let's speed things up. Try and get our guys in. So, a lot of town guard. High quality isn't their specialty, but sort of blobbing us down in narrow corridors is what the Romans are going to want to do. Quickly moving into a position now. And they're just going to soak us up. Arrow fire is going to start ripping through us in a moment. I guarantee it. And there we go. Shields nice and high, lads. There we go. So within 2 direct volleys, has anyone dropped? That's what I want to know. No, not exactly. Alright, they're now going. How... Now, giving the order to burn that down. How has it worked exactly? A lot of fire damage coming onto it. Maybe we want more guys, because that means more fire. Does it work like that? Is there another gateway? There is one further down here. I reckon just flooding everyone here is just a bit better. Alright, my... Oh, looks like they're here on this side, though. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, let's send our cavalry down there. So it looks like, for some reason, their archers have now come out and are fighting the hoplites in hand-to-hand combat. This is what the Athenians love and hold for, but that's just a bit odd, to be perfectly honest. Come on, bring this cocky bastard down here. There we go. Push for it. Yeah, so fighting down beneath arrow towers is not exactly what we want, and I pictured for this. Okay, so fire damage 48, gate damage 4. Yeah, so can you sort of continue up? Continue to burn it down. Yeah. Gate damage 4. Fire damage 60. Yeah, well, the more we can sort of throw, you'd think would increase it. If we can get fire damage to 100, that's what we want. Alright, so they're still doing their thing. Alright, so I don't know what's going on here. So, okay, right, so I pushed my cavalry up, and now they're bringing back oil onto it. But they're glitching out of it. That's so weird. Right, take the top of this, at least. Okay, so we've got these units here, right? Allow the weaker two to push for that. And then allow these guys... Are they just letting us in? I don't really understand. Anyway, we're fighting here now properly. On this side, so... What I'll do is get these hoplites to come in. Did we ever take this down just yet? It is fully engulfed, and will take some time. So let's move our infantry further back. We are skirmishing some of them there. Such a weird siege. And then there's these couple of guys here. Yeah, we'll push up and take this. Our reinforcements are coming along. So anything else back here that's infantry based? No, just general units and skirmishes and stuff. Well, that can hold there. Do we get this far side open here now? No, we've engulfed it enough. That's fine. Okay, so if we take it... Oh, we've taken the gateway here. Well, let's just hold it. No need to be running after archers in there. So just hold this. Once we've got it under our control, we can bring in skirmish cav to wreak havoc. This is nearly at 100% now. We've nearly got this gateway under our control. At least turn with your shields facing those archers hitting you. Right, so now we've got this gateway under our control. We can push those slingers, give chase to them, and these cavalry units can come in. It does look like they seem to be holding the majority of their forces down there. That's fine. Did this gateway open up? Did it succumb to the fire damage? Gate damage 100, and it has. For some reason, we've got skirmishers there pinning us down. Alright. We shouldn't allow them to hit us with impunity. Let's push up. Let's group that so I know that's the southern force. And these guys are giving chase here now. Excellent. And we'll move them into a better position. Yeah, so they just... It's just a bit weird. So, yeah, that gateway just isn't under our control. Alright, push down into it where you can then. And now we're finally giving chase here. So push into the city. Okay. So there is a cavalry unit there, which we probably should skirmish at. Yeah, Quintus Equites sitting in the forum, or outside it. So the majority of the fight's going to happen on this side, but it just doesn't look likely that our guys are moving in there. Everyone else is moving here, though. Just need to get inside. And then we'll divvy up some divisions. So you guys can hold for this. You four can go for that. You three essentially come here and support. And then we'll get you guys to run that down. That's what we need to be doing. Alright, you need to go like this. And sit back here and skirmish. So a lot of them are we're still pinning a lot of them down here. It's just so odd. Yeah, so they're some are coming off the walls, but they're a little bit surrounded on this northern gate. While our other force has actually made all its way into the square, fighting heavily armoured Roman equites. The hoplites beneath the Roman architecture are doing well. And there's even skirmisher support there. Further down here, we are capping the racetrack, if you will. And I guess we'll just try and get some of our guys behind. Yeah, so they're just like... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Just the pathfinding's a little bit iffy. This is now being capped, which is excellent. And if we could somehow just... Yeah, well, yeah, basically, right? We've got a lot of hoplites here. How about you push down there and finish them off? 200 with Quintus. But we're about to take Rome for the Athenians here today, which is a massive play. Bring them down from their horses. Show them what true Greeks are made of. And further hoplites are reinforcing as well. Once we take the entirety of the Italian peninsula, to be honest, I don't have any real ambition to go too far north. Oh, they're actually running out that way. Oh well, these guys are in. We could just try and hold and control it. Alright, these guys are pushing that way adequately. The general's probably gone now, so what I'll do is I'll move the rest of my hoplites down this corridor, and we'll allow this to get capped. I reckon once we take the town square, yeah, the countdown is probably going to get initiated. So these, yeah, it's just these 4 poor buggers are fighting and tying down the majority of the Roman army. These guys can come around and help. You guys can hold that. Those hoplites are coming down and around here. So who's next on the hit list once we get rid of Rome? They have a couple of armies in the north. Nothing too crazy though. But now we can sit back and throw back whatever comes at us. We've made the smart, sensible play of surprise attacking and claiming the city of Rome. So they're throwing in their mob now, even though they are fighting slightly less melee efficient hoplites. The armor and shield wall is going to make up for a lot of it. God, we are just hacking and slashing through this town militia. The men of Rome stood no chance. We have fought battle-hardened Spartans and men of Epirus on this. Yep, and the countdown's been initiated now. And it should even be a bit quicker there. Oh god, we can go around the back of them. They're about to get smashed. Okay, so we've got a lot of guys just like hanging out here. Coming to the city. Yeah, so we're going to save so many there, which is nuts. Okay, we just need to wait 190 seconds before the city is ours. We will get a nice charge around the back of these Italian slingers though. And we'll be able to free up the remaining spearmen now. There could very well be a peerless shot before it comes in. And they're already trying to push. They're causing a bit of a stampede here because they know the inevitable is now coming for them. The Greeks are in their rear. And we got him. They're not going to hold much onto this. Arrow fire now, surrounded by both sides. If I'm not mistaken, it should be a mass retreat. 3 units trying to hold on to the town square have been decimated. Oh, there's been a little bit of a cheeky push there, I'm not even going to lie. Swing up and around to deal with that. We're at this point now that we just need to wait 116 seconds. So, unfortunately, these hoplites that we're pushing here are essentially lambs to the slaughter. They are copying skirmisher fire, arrow tower fire, and the best of Rome. You'd think that would sort of disperse a bit though, eh? Oh, crap. Shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Ah, does that reset? Or does it just stop? It's contested, so it's still counting. No, it stopped at 49. It's because they brought it back. Really? 2 units on 7? Ah, damn it. Oh, we're about to get rid of these citizens, though. Oh, now I have to wait again. Just wasn't paying attention. Alright, if you want to be that pedantic, I'll make sure these cities' streetways are blocked off massively. They seem to be sending more up there. We'll deal with that. What the fuck? Why does he keep on going back and forth now? The countdown has been reinitiated. Only 30 seconds left now. Some slingers are trying to push for it. But it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, those units held the town guard off, so which allowed us to flank. Decisive victory. We have won the Siege of Rome here today. 6,000 Athenians stormed the gates in 270 BC, and we did lose 961, however, against a large garrison. That's the problem. It wasn't quality over quantity, it was quantity over quality. Quintus deployed 3,700 and was able to tie down so many units there. But you do struggle in DEI with hoplite heavy factions in sieges. You realistically would just want to try and push every single field battle, push everything to a field battle where you can. But, look, you know what? You gotta have a bit of fun. You gotta have the Siege of Rome in a series. You gotta show off the city. At least I want to play it. Even though auto-resolving might have been more favourable, looking at those odds which are like 95 to 5. But in saying that, some of those ones which are a little bit, I don't know, 60-40, we did lose 1,500, so you never know with DI auto-resolve wise. Looking at the garrison there, oh wow, okay, that's incredibly fascinating. Right, so this was the only garrison army. There was no other army inside. So what did it get? 80, 50, okay, so it's about 200 there. 300, let's say. One of those things got 127, so 40. Once again, about half of the casualties inflicted by the Athenians was due to arrow fire. But Rome, yeah, you would expect that. It's kind of realistic. You're taking the ancient city of Rome. I'm sure the defenses would be a lot more. I think even like in the Roman Republic DLC, there's even like multiple defenses of Rome. You have to siege it so many times. They keep falling back in the ancient city. So some of our hoplites did well, 163, 36. Cavalry and skirmishers did well where they could. But the guys that really suffered the high death rate and inflicting casualties as well were the mercs, who have been with us since the conquest of Sparta. 129, 33, but now they've been knocked off, which will save us a little bit on the wage front. They're sometimes 50 drachmae, potentially 100 more than the equivalent Athenian soldier. For example, we've got these Athenian hoplites here. You'd spend nearly 50, 100 more for just the mercs instead. So it's probably a time in the campaign that we're making so much money. It's probably not a bad idea to start phasing some of the mercenaries out, and our population's starting to grow as well. So we don't have to rely on that. We're not hamstrung by the DEI population mechanic just yet. Okay, guys, welcome to the campaign map. We've taken Rome. Okay, so we did lose the 2 mercs, 1 unit of Athenian hoplites. The rest remain. We can liberate, I guess, maybe ethnic Samnite forces around here. If you manage to take like a Retium, I imagine you could probably get the Etruscan League back. That's interesting. Right, you can pull there where you can. Can you actually strike this? Potentially. Anyway, guys, we've taken Rome here today. I don't know what we could call it. Maybe we should call it something different. Like maybe something Greeky. But it's Rome for now. We're still going to have to continue our war against the Romans. They still have 3 territories to the north, and they wouldn't accept peace. And they've got 2 armies here as well. Legion 2 with Gaius. And then Legion 5 there. So, just looking at the power, oh, it's slightly gone within our favour. But, so they still have 3 out of the 4 regions in Latium, and they could potentially have more further in the north. We just don't know. But unfortunately, it's time to end episode 3 of the Athenian series here. Thanks for watching. We're going to focus on Rome in the next episode, unless someone else attacks us here. The north is still defended by Macedonians. The east is very much still in play. And Egypt is extending into Asia Minor. But maybe we could strike Alexandria if they push too much. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simsi. Goodbye.